I think there is quite some gap to fill here. So there are a lot of people who do that already. Like there are thousands of people who are building
Mhm.
open source projects. There are thousands of people who are building SDKs, libraries, component libraries. So there are a lot of them. Some of
Mhm.
them do it for fun. Some of them do it for their own project. Some of them do it to make money on that. So we see that developer world is actually doing that in some form, right? What's missing in that form they're having now? Like, what's the main problem with developers, trying to make a business out of the code? Because this is exactly that, right? Like, this
Mhm.
business is not about marketing, it's not about packaging, it's more about can you write good code that other developers want to reuse, right? And there are a lot of developers with experience and with ambitions, and they want to do that, but I don't think there's any good way for doing that right now. I know a lot of people who are struggling with that, and
Mhm.
that's why I think the demand is going to meet the supply. So in Mars platform, we're making the platform where the users will be consuming the microapps, right? So by default, it's the platform that needs microapps, and if the platform needs microapps, then there is demand for the microapp.
Mhm.
So then we need
Mhm.
the supply, and the supply has to come from developers who already supply similar stuff to the world in form of
Mhm.
libraries, SDKs, etc.,
Mhm.
where they
Mhm.
don't necessarily make money and they don't necessarily get even the users, right? Like some of them do it for free, but they don't get the usage, and that's sad. And here there
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
possibility to get the usage straight away, and because the whole platform is kind of made tailored for that. Now
Mhm.
it's similar to if you're cutting hair, it's better to add yourself to a marketplace for the barbers, like higher chance to be hired than to be on the marketplace with everything in the world, right? Same here. So it's pretty much Mars will be the place where developers can monetize their code. We call it micro IP. So you don't have to create a lot of code. You can make really simple things, really small things, but and that can be useful for others on the platform. I say this like uh, I came up with this great quote in the shower one day. So I say Mars first version of Mars is that you don't have to write the code twice. So that was the first version of Mars. So
Back in
yeah,
2018.
so if you write code, and I was the guy who was building projects one after another. So I wanted to first solve the problem for myself, right? Like it wasn't the idea to push it to the world. And I thought like, how can I reuse my own code? Not other people's code, but my own code. So that's why the first version was don't write code twice. You wrote it once, now your library grows. So if you go farther, you have those things and ready. So it means that every next project you build, you have more micro apps ready, waiting for you to be used. And
Mhm.
then the next version was that do not write the code that anyone else has already written, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because every day every single person writes the code that's being written at the same time by other thousand developers and has been written by 10,000 developers yesterday, right? So basically there's a lot of code in the world. I think you could say with confidence that 99% of the code in the world is duplicate, right? At least 99. It might be 99.99, right? It's a duplicate code because same as text. Like if you write any sentence and you Google that sentence, you're gonna find that sentence written almost in the same way, right? Same with code. And now there is this project called Tab9, I think, and they let you search for code in all public GitHub repositories. Try to search for anything, you basically find it, right? So, and the second version, do not write the code that anyone else has written.
Mhm.
And the next version of Mars, the future version, that's where we touch AI, where we're going to come soon in this talk, is that
Opa.
do not write code at all.